everybody has on here is when it comes up on a quiz or something, everybody just forgets what it means. And just keep your notes handy. Remember that it just means the slope between those 2 points. And you just got the extra step usually of finding your own y values, which you use the equation for. Okay, so let's talk about equations of line. This is a little bit different. These average rate of change is like they don't really know where to put that, so it just kind of gets stuck in here with this other homework. But equations of line is the bulk of this lesson.
Are we going to do impulse tonight?
Yeah, we'll do a couple things in class.
You tell us what you want. I have a hard time keeping up.
Okay, now this is kind of a struggle for me because the way that I like to do these is different than the way the example does them. And so I was kind of talking to you guys, a couple of you guys yesterday or Tuesday about this, where I feel like it's kind of hard for me to decide, like, do I want to do these the way I want to do them, or do I want to follow the examples so that when you guys look at the examples later, you're not confused?
You can do both?
Well, sometimes doing both is kind of confusing too, because there's like too many options. So I think what I usually do here is I just do these the way that the book does them, with the way the example does them, just to keep them consistent. But if you guys have another way to do these, then you're welcome to do that. And I can just kind of show you real quick and just see if you prefer it. But if you don't prefer it, then just ignore it.
Okay, you're going to show us your way first?
No, let's just talk in general for a second. To write the equation of a line, so this is like, before they've always given us an equation. Here we want to write our own equation. For a line. Through certain points. Okay, so what you need to do this, to write an equation, is you either need 1 point and the slope of the line, or you need 2 points so that you can find the slope yourself. Okay, so they'll either give you 1 point and the slope, or they'll give you 2 points so that you can find the slope yourself. Okay, that's the minimum requirements. They'll always give you at least one of those 2 things.
Now, are there any instances where it would just simply be an answer for saying you can't determine it because those 2 aren't met?
No.
Okay.
No, if the goal is to have you do this, then they'll give you enough information so that you're able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what you can use to do this. Now, I just have to caution you guys. How many of you guys kind of suck at fractions? Okay, go ahead. Like almost all of these problems have fractions in them. Yes. Because if you're just writing the equation of a line and you're not intending to graph it, then they don't really care how crazy the numbers are. And a lot of times the numbers come out to having a lot of fractions in the answers. Because if the slope is a fraction, like 2/7 or something, then your chances are you're going to have fractions in your answer. Okay? So usually what we do before we do this is we kind of want to review, like, if you guys if you can't do fractions, then you're not going to be able to do these problems. But if you can do fractions, then the problems are really easy.
I don't know how to get a fraction to come up with.
Yes. So, let me just go over the calculator for a second. And who has different calculators? It kind of sucks that everybody has a different calculator. Everybody that has a graphing calculator, if you could just, we'll do that first. And then we'll kind of get in groups with the people that have different ones, like the TI XA or the 30XS or whatever. And I'll kind of show you guys individually. Now, the graphing calculator is actually the best calculator for fractions. Super easy. Okay? Now, the fraction key is in the math menu. So you see that button on the left that says math? It's 3 buttons down. Okay? Math, if you hit math, and then you see that arrow frac, that command will change a decimal to a fraction. Okay?
Okay, now what do you have to move to it or something?
No, well, you normally would have to move, like if you want something else, you have to move to it, but since it's already highlighted, it's the first thing on the menu, you don't have to.
So you just would push enter here?
Yeah, but you need a decimal first before you want to change it to a fraction. Okay, so let's say that we're trying to, something that we might have to do in the course of this homework is we might have to do like -3 times 2/7. And then we might have to say add 5 to that. Okay. Now, if you guys can do this on paper, that is fabulous. I commend you. I really, in a perfect world, I really wish we could all do this on paper because we really should be able to do it on paper. But I know in reality that we might be here like for the next 5 years if we're trying to do this on paper. So I've kind of gotten to the point where like we need to just find another way to do it, which is on the calculator. Okay? So what I would do here is, let's say we want to do this in 2 steps. So I'm going to multiply -3 times 2/7, and then I want to add 5 later. Okay? So -3 times 2, and then to get a fraction, you just use the divide key. So I just do 2 divided by 7. Okay? And that looks like -3 plus 2/7. And hit enter. Now, that's not the answer that I want. I want a fraction answer. Okay? So to turn that back into a fraction answer, you do math, enter, and see where it says answer arrow frac? That means it's going to take your answer and change it to a fraction, which is what we want. So hit enter on that, and it gives me -6/7.
Now,
Which I could have figured out just by multiplying.
that negative sign is just for the 6. It's not for the whole fraction, right?
It is for the whole fraction, but usually you just want to put it on the top.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter if you put it on top or out front.
In my math lab, does it matter?
No.
Okay.
Alright, now, then I wanted to add 5 to that, so then let's do our +5. Okay? So the nice thing about the graphing calculators is that you don't have to type in what you want to add something to. You can just hit the plus sign and it'll pull up answer. So I want to take that number and just do +5. So take my previous answer and add 5 to it. Okay, and then change that to a fraction. So math, enter, answer to a fraction, enter again, and I get 29/7. Okay, now let me, you guys are getting 4 and 1/7?
No mixed numbers.
No mixed numbers. Yeah, so your calculator, if you guys can do that on the calculator, then you're good to go on this homework. Okay? Now, if it's giving you a mixed number, then what you're looking for on the calculator is a button that says something like ABC arrow D over E. Now what do we think that button would do? Change a mixed number to an improper fraction. Now the graphing calculators never use mixed numbers, so you don't ever have to worry about it, which is nice. But other calculators sometimes default to mixed numbers. So you need to do ABC arrow DE. Now did you guys find the F to D to change fraction to decimal?
I like that. I didn't even know I could do that.
So, but yeah, I really didn't have to there, but just to do plus
What was that problem again?
Just push in some numbers to make a fraction, right?
You know, I would really, yeah, I would just use the
Those are letters. Those are
that
letters.
means negative 6 over 7.
That's what I want, that's the answer I wanted, though, right?
And then just do plus 5. 4 and 1 7. Now see the ABC to DE? Shift that.
What was that?
I just
29
tried
over 7.
when you did enter it,
Making
yeah.
a simplified fraction.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Make like a
Say it again?
yeah.
What was the problem she had up there?
1 1
Mm-hmm.
The second.
You don't want mixed numbers.
You can see.
ABC to DE changes to mixed numbers to an improper fraction. That would never use a mixed number.
Although your calculator is not the easiest to read.
What was the problem that she had up there?
It was.
Okay.
It was.
Now did you do yours again?
I had a minus
Yeah, I
3,
can-
but what goes
You
here?
can go back and forth, yeah.
This is minus 3. What was the regular part?
It was times, yeah.
Oh.
So I just, not an X, it's times, right?
Well, yeah, X or times, whatever. It's not
Okay.
an X variable. It's
Okay.
Did you figure that one out?
Yeah.
You got it?
I got it.
Lynn, did you figure it out?
So, I have -3.
Yes, I would do -3 times